All right, good morning. I'm Jake Lagatare in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. It's raining today, just a little bit. Might, it's not too bad. I might try to attach my umbrella to my tripod, but it's not too bad, so we'll see. There hasn't been too many people walking around because of the rain. Here goes this trailer again with a whale on the back. I wonder where they're coming from and going. I see them pretty frequently. They got different animals on the side, and then they have that big whale on the back. Kind of interesting. What's up, Axel? Thanks for being first. There's somebody crossing the street now. Maybe he's coming over here. No, he's going down the street. I don't know how many conversations I'll be able to have today because it's kind of shitty weather out. The street's blocked down there a few blocks because they're filming a movie here, I think tomorrow, on the street. But it's not blocked right here. So people can just kind of go around and still come up here. But yeah, shitty weather, so might not be as many people out walking around. And it's the off season anyway, so it's already less people. There's a funeral coming through. But how are you doing, Axel? Damn, somebody's really beeping at the funeral. She's trying to cut them off. What a shitty person. You're supposed to let them go. They have flags on their cars to let you know that they're part of the funeral. There were only 2 cars left, and she literally cut in front of them. I don't know, you can probably see it. That was really shitty. I hope she realizes what she did and feels sorry about it. What's up, Mason? Maybe I'll move this so it doesn't get hit all the time. I'll put it on here. You can hear me good, right? My audio, everything's turned on. So I got my sign, compassion or violence. Start with this. And I have my tablet too, showing some animals. It's just pigs right now. When it's shitty weather, you can see the tablet a lot easier. So that's one good thing about all the clouds. I'm in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. That's the Hotel Gettysburg in the square here. It's called Lincoln Square because this is where Abraham Lincoln stayed, in that house. Abraham Lincoln stayed up here the night before giving the Gettysburg Address. There's a lot of history here. There's a little statue over there of Abraham Lincoln. I'm not sure if you could see it. That truck just parked in the way. I don't know, it's like behind that truck. So we'll see. Hopefully we can get some conversations going. Maybe I'll start Q&A, get some conversations going in the comments. Should work. I saw a guy walking his dog this morning when I got here. And ew, it looks like somebody like threw up right there. That's gross. I saw somebody walking his dog this morning, and I asked if I could pet his dog. And their dog was terrified. I would try to pet him, and he would like back up and like was cowering by his owner. And he had a prong collar on. And I said, you should try a martingale collar instead of the prong collar. And he was like, this works for me. He said, I've seen you up in the square before doing your... He mumbled something. But I don't think he was being nice. You know what I mean? The way that his voice was. His tone. And he just like mumbled something and walked away. I called him out. I was like, dude, you need to stop abusing your dog. You could tell that he was not nice to that dog. You could just tell. And there was like two ladies that were standing there that were just talking to him, and they like looked at me and looked at him. Like, yeah, I'm gonna call your shit out right in front of them. What's going on? See more people in here. Hit the like button. Share the stream. I'm straight, I'm a man. You guys are really projecting. I'm also straight and a man. And I also respect animals. Do you think that you have to be gay to be vegan? Or do you think that respecting animals makes you less of a man? I think when you make your decisions based on your feelings and you want to be ignorant about what happens to animals, I think that makes you less of a man. Indiana. Yeah, where's everybody from? Let me know where you're from. There's a couple people from Indiana that come to my streams. So that's cool. I've never been to Indiana, but I've been to Ohio a few times, which is right next to Indiana, right? You want poor people to starve? Really, when you eat cheeseburgers, you're taking food directly from hungry, poor, innocent people, starving children in other countries. We grow food in these other countries, and then we take that food from those countries to feed to our cows, so you can have a hamburger or a cheeseburger. So it's actually the opposite. That's a vegan argument. If you're worried about hungry people, you would be vegan, because then we'd have more food for hungry humans. Just shows how ignorant you are. You say things like that. What's up, Vegan Anthem? Sarah Rose. I used to know a Sarah Rose. I don't think you're the same person though, but I can't really see your picture that much. How you doing, sir? You choose compassion or violence? Can I ask you a few questions?
I don't really go to English.
Okay, well, you know what vegan is? What's stopping you from going vegan?
No, I don't know what vegan.
Vegan? It means it means respecting animals.
Okay.
Do you agree we should respect animals?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that when we take things from animals like milk, eggs, or when we take their life to eat them, do you think that's respecting them?
Not really.
Yeah. That's what I thought too.
Okay.
So that's what veganism means. It means just rejecting the exploitation of animals means respecting animals.
Okay.
Can I share a card with you? You could look into it a little bit more.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate you stopping. Yeah. Yeah, he liked the tablet. Well, he was watching it. It's cows getting bulk gunned. I appreciate what he said. I don't know if he understood exploitation. He didn't speak English that well, so I wasn't gonna talk too long. But maybe I should have tried to talk to him a little bit more, because I don't know how many people I'm gonna have. No gay stuff, please. It's funny. It's okay if you're gay. It's not okay if you're not vegan, though. You should be vegan. Unless you just don't give a shit about sentient beings. But in that case, there might be something wrong with your brain. You should talk to a therapist. The great state of Ohio. Arkansas. Yeah, right, Axel, exactly. Compassion always. Sarah, are you vegan? What's stopping you from going vegan? No, my sign's backwards. How are you doing? Can I ask you a few questions? No? Have a good day. She get out of that truck. Was she just leaving her truck running? I don't know why people do that. How you doing, sir? Bacon is delicious. Try my bacon. Bacon made from mushrooms. I've never tried it myself actually, but heard really good things about it. Multiple people have said it's really good. Blue Dragon. I like all your emojis. They look like they were all vegan emojis. Because I like bacon. You know where your bacon actually comes from? Most bacon and most pigs, they're killed in a gas chamber. They suffer in gas chambers. They scream and cry and kick their hooves off. It's pretty crazy. That's where your bacon comes from. This person, Brian, bacon, ham, steak, chicken, turkey, fish, all delicious and good for you. That's crazy. You couldn't be more wrong with that comment, buddy. Sorry. My sign's gonna get messed up with the rain. Really, none of that shit's good for you. And it's clearly not good for the animals either. Not your body, not your meat, not your food. Animals need their bodies, they need their meat. Stop taking it from them. You're stealing things from animals that aren't yours. You're judgmental. Yeah, I think if you know better, you should do better, and if you don't, then you're a piece of shit. I will judge you. Just like people that abuse animals, people that abuse children, don't you judge them as well? You're an animal abuser or a child abuser. You're a shitty human. Don't be a shitty human. Don't abuse children. Don't abuse animals. What's up, Fly? Yeah, I grew up on a farm too. It's funny that people think that I've never been on a farm. I've been on a lot of farms. Grew up on a farm. I had somebody comment that I've never done any manual labor in my life, when most of my life I worked at doing manual labor. A lot more than most people. It's just so funny. People just assume all these crazy things. Or that I'm gay, or that I'm a crazy liberal. Like, none of those things apply to me. Look at that lady on her phone. Gettysburg Area School District. And she was on her phone, driving a school vehicle. Hopefully there weren't any kids in there. You live in Gettysburg and you have kids going to school. Hopefully they're not in that lady's vehicle while she's talking on the phone and driving her car. Fucking crazy. Probably grew up on a pot farm. That's funny. It's not abuse if you pray for them and you thank them. Is that what you do with children too? When you abuse children, you thank them and you pray for them, and then it's okay? That's a wild thing to say. How you doing, sir? Would I be able to ask you a few questions? All right. Yep. Hope you have a good day. Compassion, yeah. So are you vegan? Think about living vegan. You can do it. He said somewhat. People need to learn what it means. He was with that guy that didn't want to talk though, so I didn't want to hold him. But he seemed interested. Don't pray for me. I don't need you to pray for me. I need you to worry about yourself. Yeah, what's wrong with pot farms? Dirty Monkey, are you saying that I have issues? Or are you talking to somebody in the chat room? I guess that guy didn't want to be on my camera because he went around the other way. I forgot to move my umbrella back over. I think I'm more of a man than you are. You pay for people to exploit innocent, defenseless animals. You think you should defend innocent animals or exploit innocent animals? Which one do you think makes you more of a man, if that's really what you're worried about? And I'm not equating abusing children to abusing animals, but there are a lot of similarities. So focus on the similarities, not the differences. Almost to 20 likes. Who's going to be the last 2 likes? Get up to 20. Let me know if you're the 20th like. Let me know where you guys are from. If you just joined. Keep switching sides. Just stand over here so you can see the hotel. It's cooler, I think. If you've been to Gettysburg, you've probably seen the hotel over there. I like to eat too. I eat way more food now than I ever did before. How you doing? Can I ask you a few questions? All right, have a good day. People don't want to stop in the rain. It's not raining very hard. It's just like lightly raining. I don't even have my umbrella up. I only have one zip tie. I normally have a couple zip ties. I don't think I can put my umbrella over my phone anyway. I could probably hold my umbrella, but it might help my sign because my sign's, the red's leaking a little bit on the bottom. Can I ask you a few questions, sir? No. Have a good day. More feed trucks. These are all feed trucks that go through the square. There's a feed factory, I guess you could call it, down the street. So I'll see dozens of feed trucks go through here every day, all the time. I wonder if we'll see a death trailer today. Are you okay, man? Are you asking me? I'm not okay because innocent animals are being exploited. I would be a lot better if they weren't. Hey, Marcos. Thanks for being here. And 40-year-old vegan, thank you. You're not biased because you consume plants and animals, but does that mean you eat dogs also? Enslavement of Africa or the Jews? I think enslaving any sentient being is horrible, whether it's a human based on their race or their religion, or it's an animal based on that they can't defend themselves. How you doing, ma'am? Can I ask you a few questions? All right, have a good day. Oh, she was with that other guy. I throw styrofoam out the window. That's funny. Yeah, how can anyone claim to be religious and exploit animals? Let me get caught back up here. What's up, Evil? Let's go through who's here. Save the cat in the bush. Nice. Justin. Save the animals. I got to one of the houses here this morning, and I walked in the backyard, and there were two cats sitting at the table outside, like sitting in the chair. It was really cute. And they saw me, and they ran under the fence into the neighbor's yard. I never seen them there before, though, and I couldn't get a picture of them because they ran too quickly. Sean Price, welcome. Shaming them. You think I'm shaming people out here by asking if I can ask them a few questions, have a conversation? You think that's shaming people? I think if you're in my stream here, listen to what some of the other people are commenting, learn from them, and do better. If you're just going to make excuses, then I think you're a shitty person. That's for you to deal with, though. You're going to have to live with being a shitty person. Honestly, I don't really care. If you want to be a shitty person, be a shitty person. Luckily, you're not in my life, so it doesn't really affect me, but it's going to affect other people around you and other animals around you. How you doing? Good. Yeah, there's a little bit of a crossover between carnivores and vegans. Sometimes you'll get shared those things. Unfortunately, people that are vegan and think it's a diet sometimes end up going carnivore because they fall for the misinformation that it's healthier for you. when it's a lie. Is that a little dog? No, it's just a sticker. That's funny. All right, let me finish getting caught up here. Sky Masters. I would eat a human too. If I was on a stranded island and had nothing else to eat, I'd probably eat you. What's up, Chris? Thanks for being here. How you doing, sir? Can I ask you a few questions? All right, have a good day. This guy votes. Yeah, I waste my vote every year, unfortunately. But we have an obligation. I think we should vote. We should learn about the different candidates, and if you really want to have your voice heard, you should vote. Most of my adult life, I actually didn't vote, but now I don't vote for anyone that wins anyway, so doesn't make that much of a difference, honestly. Animals eat animals. You get your morals from a wild animal? That's kind of weird. Can I ask you a few questions?
Sure.
You got a couple minutes?
Yeah.
So you choose compassion or violence?
Compassion.
Compassion, right? So what's stopping you from going vegan?
We are pretty much already are.
You pretty much are?
Yeah, we don't eat many. Well, we Mediterranean diet.
Right,
not totally meat free, but I was wondering what are you asking questions for?
Yeah. So I mean, you agree we should respect animals, right?
I think so. Animal welfare to a certain point. But I'm not like a PETA member or anything, so.
Yeah. So what do you mean to a certain point? When is it okay to disrespect animals?
Well, it's a good question. I grew up, in an area that had a lot of some slaughterhouses, had some auctions and livestock, but we never really thought about it very much in terms of, we just know it's important to get a protein source, and that's a great protein source. Yeah, I gotta get going. I appreciate it.
Yeah, can I share a card with you? You can look into it a little bit more.
I'm fine. Thanks.
Are you sure? You seem like an open-minded person that would like the information.
That's all right. Okay.
All right. Well, you too. You can do better. Respect all animals. Thank you. Those are the weirdest people. They stop. I don't know. He answered some of the questions kind of weird. I hope you could hear him okay. So yeah, we should respect animals to a certain extent. He said they eat like a Mediterranean diet. So that tells me they're health conscious. Maybe not doing it for the moral reasons. He said he's never really thought about it. Those are the exact kind of people that I'm out here to talk to. Unfortunately, he doesn't want to think about it, and that's the problem with most people. They don't want to think about it, because then they almost have to admit that they've been doing something wrong their whole lives, instead of just taking accountability for your actions. They try to pretend that it's okay, that it's not that bad. Even if it's fish still feel, and you can do better. You don't need fish. You can be perfectly healthy. You can be just as healthy or even healthier on a vegan diet, a plant-based diet, than a Mediterranean diet. Let me get caught up here. I know I'm like way behind in the comments. What's up, Ian? What's up, Nolan? pit bull gaming, pushing your views. Do you think people that are out here to have conversations about respecting animals are pushing their views on people? Or do you think that when you pay for animals to be forced into a slaughterhouse, you're pushing your views on the animals and other people? The meat industry pays billions of dollars to lie to you to make you feel okay about abusing and exploiting animals. Because there's no way to feed 8 billion people animals without abusing some of them. It's happening right now, and you're paying for it. You're the one that has to live with that. If you don't want to be open-minded and compassionate, then that's on you. I feel sorry for you. We're almost at 25 likes. Hit the like button if you haven't yet. If you think that we should respect animals, hit the like button. Let me know where you're from. Get a lot of people from like the Midwest area. Adrienne Wilkinson. I used to know somebody with that exact name too. She passed away though. That's wild. It's our culture. So there's cultures around the world where they mutilate women. Do you think that that's okay? There's cultures that eat dogs and cats. Do you think that's okay? It's cultural though, right? So it should be fine with you. Plants don't feel. Come on. You learn that shit in elementary school. Are you smarter than a 5th grader? Doesn't seem like it. What's up, Martin? Now we're almost to 30 likes already. Nice. Thanks for being here, everybody. Yes, accountability for your actions, Nolan. It's not okay to exploit animals. Why is it wrong to exploit a child? Why is it wrong to exploit a dog or a cat? Most people think that that's wrong, right? But why? Think about it. I know, loser, animal abusers and animal exploiters are losers. Thank you for agreeing with me. Bro preaches open-minded. Bet he's never kissed another male. That's actually funny. I appreciate the funny comments sometimes. Scared? You think I'm scaring kids? Here, I'll show you a minute of this. This is what happens to the baby chicks. Sorry, that was kind of graphic, but at first it was just this, get them going down the conveyor belt. But that's what happens. They hatch them and then they just dump them right into a blender. Little blender. I really like when Haas came out with a blender and a little chick in it. It's like, would you push this button? Not a real chick, obviously, but like a little stuffed animal chick. It's a really good visual. Good question, Marcos. What is it to be a human? Hey, Miles. Thanks for being here, everybody. We're almost to 30 likes. One more like. I don't know if the rain's picking up a little bit. It's just lightly raining. There's no wind, which is nice. But my sign's getting a little wet. I don't know if I should hold my umbrella or not. Jake has a low IQ. Low IQ person. You just mimic that from Trump. You just learn from Trump. If somebody disagrees with you, just call him a low IQ person. That's what he does. All these low IQ people that disagree with me. Thanks for liking the stream, Nolan. How you doing, ma'am? Could I ask you a few questions? All right, have a good day. Nice, we got up to 33. Thanks for being here, everybody. Let me know where you guys are from. It looks like more people just joined. What do you do for work? Well, I thought all vegan activists were jobless and homeless, or I don't know, whatever else you want to say. I have a couple of different jobs, actually. How you doing, ma'am?
Well, how are you?
I'm good. Could I ask you a few questions?
I can, but I'll maybe on my way back.
All right. Yep. Vegan Whoppers. There's a difference between animals that are killed to grow crops and animals that are directly exploited because you want to take things from them, including their life, to eat them. One system depends on the exploitation. The other system can be improved. There's vegan farmers that don't kill animals to grow their crops. You don't have to kill animals to grow crops. It's just the way that it's the way the system is. And most farmers that grow crops aren't vegan and they don't care. But they just don't know better ways. It might cost a little bit more money. A lot of it just comes down to money. It's cheaper to just kill animals than it is to deter them from the fields and from your crops. So unfortunately, a lot of farmers just kill animals to save money. It's pretty fucked up. I think the rain's picking up a little bit. Of course, it's going to stop raining like when I leave too. I'm just going to be here for like another hour. There's studies out there that show a lot of the animals that live in these fields, they do run away. They can feel the vibrations on the ground and they run away. Sure, some are killed, but like I said, different than directly exploiting an animal because you want to steal things from them. Vegans aren't against killing animals completely. Like, that's not what it means. It's not about reducing suffering. There's a million different ways that you can reduce suffering. It's about rejecting the exploitation. How many trees died to make your sign? It's a funny comment. Yes, exploit plants because plants don't care. They don't feel like animals feel. Animals literally cry when they're next in line to be killed at the slaughterhouse. Some animals literally cry. They scream and you can see tears going down their face. Can I ask you ladies a few questions real quick?
Sure.
Do you choose compassion or violence?
Depends on who it is.
Depends on who it is, yeah. So what about animals? We should choose compassion. So what's stopping you from going vegan?
The fact that I eat a little meat now and again.
Yeah, sure. I used to eat meat too, but I realized when I was doing that, I was choosing violence. We have other options. You think we should consider it? Can I share a card with you? You can look into it a little. Yeah, don't stop thinking about it. You said she thinks about it sometimes. You can tell when people just keep walking while they talk to you. They don't really want to have a conversation. What's up, Anik? On my channel, there's a one of my links goes to a story about why I'm vegan. It's multiple different things. There's more stuff I could add to it too. But basically, I just ask yourself, why aren't you vegan? Really think about it, honestly. Think about your relationship with animals throughout your whole life, different relationships you've had with different animals. And just honestly ask yourself why you're not vegan. Why aren't you trying to do better if you know that you can do better? If you have other options, why choose violence over compassion? Vegan cheeseburgers are great. You can get all the same stuff that you put on a cheeseburger, vegan. Get the same taste. Some of the best tasting meals I've ever had were made from plants before I was even vegan. So taste just means you've never really had any good food, in my opinion. My fingers are cold. Got my gloves on, but his fingers are still getting cold a little. More feed trucks going by. So people that were talking about starving children, for 15 of these feed trucks, for every 15 feed trucks that go by, one of those trucks are being fed to humans. The other 14 are going to animals. 15 of these trucks will go to animals, and you'll only get one truck of animal products out of it. It's so inefficient. We could feed way more people if we just ate plants directly. I help with an organization in my town that packs food and feeds hungry children from other countries. And do you know what we feed them? We give them soy, vegetables, rice, and a multivitamin. And literally you get everything that you need. check out Off Beast. If you want to try a plant-based steak, check out Off Beast. Has anyone tried Off Beast before? There's a decent amount of people in here. We're almost to 40 likes. Can we get up to 40 likes? Has anyone here tried Off Beast plant-based steaks? I've never seen them in a store, but they're opening a new facility in Maryland, and they're increasing production 500%. Hopefully I'll see them in stores soon. You can buy it online. Not expensive. And it looks like a real freaking steak. I probably will get it and try it at some point. I like to just try new things, but I try to eat whole foods, whole plant foods if I can, most of the time. Probably a couple times a month I'll go get other things. I'll make like a cheesesteak I had like last week with jackfruit and the chow cheese. It's delicious. You can get vegan mayonnaise if you like that on your burgers and stuff. Very easy to get delicious plant-based cheeseburgers. I like the Beyond Meat a little bit more than the Impossible burgers, but I've tried both of them. Bean burgers are great. Oh look, there's a death trailer right there. It's coming all the way around. There's someone in there. Is that a cow? Looks like there's one cow in there. Might be going to another farm. I don't know if it's going to the slaughterhouse. I don't think there's a slaughterhouse that way. Probably coming from the dairy farm. The factory farm down that road it came from. 2,500 cows in 2 sheds. 2 giant sheds. How many animals were killed to make your clothes? Well, I mean, I don't know. At least they weren't exploited like leather or wool or silk. They just boil the silkworms alive. A lot of sheep for wool are drowned when they clean their wool. They force them to go like under this solution. Some of them drown in there sometimes. It's horrible. The fur industry, they do all sorts of horrible things to these animals. You can see videos of geese having their feathers pulled off of them while they're alive. Oh, here comes a little dog. Oh, never mind. It turned around. Going the other way. What a little cutie. A headshot on a deer? That's kind of weird. Most people don't shoot them in the head. Feel sorry for the deer. How do you label the work of someone who strives to awaken the people's conscience for a better world? Nice. I like that. I don't know if I'm going to remember that. You should comment that on one of my shorts or something so I can read it again later so I remember it. I wish I could do this more often. I'm probably going to get back to coming out here 2 times a week because lately I've only been able to come out here once a week. If you guys send some gifts, we got 40 likes. You guys can send some gifts or some super chats. There's a lot of chats going by, so I can't read them all. If you really want to ask me a question or want me to read your comment, you can do like a one. I don't know if they go down to $1 super chats, $2 super chats. Some of them are cheap. I'll see it at some point. The ones that stay on the screen, what are they, like $5 or more? They'll stay on the screen for a little bit longer. I'll see that quicker. But you can also send gifts that are like less than $1. They're not very expensive. They're pretty cool. It'll help me be able to do this more often. I got to get some other outreach stuff. I saw some that are like a circle and they have different colors on it. They kind of stand out. I want to get some of them and pass some of them out. High bioavailability protein. Just eat more plants. If you're really worried about your protein, first off, soy on the scale of best proteins, soy is right up there with eggs and dairy. It's not even meat. But soy is right up there. Soy is one of the best proteins that you can get. So eat tofu, edamame, and if you're really worried about the bioavailability, just eat a little bit more. You can get protein powders made from different plants like rice, hemp, pea protein. Pea protein is also really great. Yeah, why would you kick a dog? Exactly. It makes no sense to kick a dog. So why do you slit a pig's throat? Why do you put pigs in gas chambers? Bolt gun cows in the head? Force them into slaughterhouses? Electrocute chickens and turkeys? Why pay somebody to do that when you can just eat something else? You can beat up a dog for exercise, or you could just go out for a walk. How's vegan? What's up? I was talking about you going out there with the blender the one time. That was really cool. It was a really good visual, having the blender and a chick in the blender, a little stuffed animal chick. I had my tablet. I was showing my tablet. It's actually back to the chicks again. It was showing them going down the conveyor belt. Yeah, a lot of coping. I hope this doesn't get messed up, getting wet. Hold on, let me flip this over. Don't tell others what's necessary for them. You don't you don't need anything from an animal. It's not necessary. That's the whole point. You need nothing from an animal. 99% of humans do not need anything from an animal. You're not in the 1%. I get a lot of looks from people driving by too. The rain is not letting up at all. Luckily, it's not too bad. This tree is kind of blocking a little bit of the rain. I'm not standing under. Raw vegan for 8 years. Nice. Check out, do you know Turnip Todd? He does raw vegan for like a few days every month, the beginning of the month. And man, some of the food that he makes just is amazing. I've made a couple of things following his recipes. It's so good. I should make more of his stuff. Everything he does is like, looks delicious. What's up, Brett? A woman went vegan and died from malnutrition. If you were worried about one person doing one certain thing and getting hurt, then you would like never do anything. And at least you said she died from malnutrition, because she didn't die from being vegan. Like you don't just become vegan and then die because you're vegan. She became vegan and then she stopped eating properly. And then she died from malnutrition. There's nothing to do with being vegan. I've gained a lot of weight and muscle since being vegan. So my story is the complete opposite of her story. There's some people that are huge. There's bodybuilders that are vegan, plant-based, follow a plant-based diet, and they're huge. They're like twice my size. Definitely not starving. I was talking to my dad the other day, and he was like, "How much do you weigh?" And like threw out a number that I used to weigh. I'm like, "No, I'm way bigger now." Way bigger now. Thought it was funny. No vegans in South Sudan. What's happening there is horrible. But I'm sure there are people that are also vegan there. It's easier to eat plants than farm animals. So you got to feed animals plants also. Most of them. Taste doesn't justify abuse or oppression. Exactly. And when you say taste anyway, you're wrong, because you can get food that tastes just as good or even better with plants. A lot of the taste you get off of animal products is because you put plants on the animal products to make them taste better. So you could just do that with plants and basically get the same taste. You can make amazing plant-based sauces. How you doing? Just learn a couple of quick, simple recipes, and you know, it takes a little bit of time and a little bit of I can't think of the word. You just have to learn a little bit. At the beginning, it's not going to come totally natural. If you don't know how to cook, if you don't know how to make different sauces and things like that, spend a little bit of time learning some new skills, and then you'll be surprised at how easy it is to cook really good food. Learn how to cook your own food. You'll save money that way as well. I just stopped in where my brother's staying, and he never takes time to cook for himself. Literally fast food stuff all over the apartment. Taco Bell, pizzas, McDonald's. Like, don't do that. Stop eating that shit. It's horrible for you. You're exploiting animals for that stuff. It costs way more money. Just go to the grocery store, buy food that's made from plants, learn how to cook it yourself, learn how to make it taste great. You can have all the same things. You can have vegan pizzas, vegan burgers, vegan tacos. The best tacos I've ever had were I made myself from plants. Some of the best burgers I've had were plant-based burgers or whole foods. Walnuts and mushrooms. Blend up walnuts and mushrooms. You can make patties out of it. You can make like a taco meat. So good. Almost up to 50 likes. Look at this little smart car. They're funny looking. How many people can you fit in a smart car? I want to know where these trucks go. These are like trash trucks. I see a lot of them go by too. Scotty Bikes, you've been here before. Welcome back. Yeah, the sizzle. You can get sizzle from plant burgers. I took a mushroom, portobello mushroom, and I scooped the inside out, and I cooked up some tofu, and then I took the tofu and I mixed it with a bunch of seasonings and spices, and I stuffed the mushroom with the tofu and all the other stuff, and cooked that. Oh man, it was so good. That was delicious. Don't treat humans like objects. Don't treat animals like objects. Plant-based bacon and plant-based eggs. The beard of the mushroom. Imagine seeing somebody that was standing up against oppressing humans, and then you were like, just because of this person, I'm going to go oppress more humans. Or a child. What if I was out here speaking up for children, like, don't objectify children, and then you're like, just because of this person, I'm going to go objectify more children. Like, what makes it okay to do that to an animal and not to a child or another adult? There's already plant-based burgers. We're in the future. We live in the future right now. We're already living in the future. Most people are just stuck in the past. We're already in the future. It's so easy to live vegan. It's way easier to live vegan, follow a plant-based diet. You can get plant-based leather, plant-based like wool kinds of things. Like, does that guy have a squirrel on his squirrel tails? Guy had squirrel tails on the antenna of his truck. Here's that trailer again. See, there's like chickens on the side. Is that a chicken? That looks like a dog. No, maybe it was an ice cream cone. It looked like a chicken. But it's got the whale on the back. The whole back of it's a whale. It's kind of cool. But there's synthetic things that are still natural. There's alternatives, completely natural alternatives to those products that exploit animals. You don't need to exploit animals. What's up, Tone? Did we get the 50 likes yet? We're almost to 50 likes. Who's going to be the 50th like? You choose compassion or violence? A lot of people seem like they woke up this morning and they want to choose violence. Sean Price, have you ever tried plant-based bacon? There's like 30 different kinds of plant-based bacon. You can make plant-based bacon out of so many different things. Instead, you'd rather force pigs into gas chambers. I think that's funny. I think you got something funny wrong with your head. This guy's wife left him. Meat yummy. Your yum yums and your tum tum. Yeah, don't step in the puke on the ground. You guys can't see that, can you? It's like over here. Looks like somebody threw up here last night or this morning. This guy's trying to cross the street. He's got a cane, and this person stops in the middle of the crosswalk. Wild. Maybe he'll talk. Can I ask you a few questions, sir? Have a good day. That's a no. I think we got to 50 likes. My screen says 49, but everybody tells me that it's one higher than what my screen says. Oh, I'm not asking for money. Can I ask you a few questions? All right, have a good day. It's so funny when people assume that I'm asking them for money. Do I look homeless? I look homeless because I'm wearing a sweatshirt and a jacket. It's just cold out here. Do you think my sign, compassion or violence, looks like I'm asking for money? I don't know. Some people assume. I think it's kind of funny. You can give me some money. I'll give it to a sanctuary or it'll go to my dogs, my little dog rescue that the local officials are not responding to my emails about. Look, that guy's on the phone. Holding the phone up to his head while he's trying to drive through the circle. How you doing, ma'am? Can I ask you a few questions? All right, have a good day. Look, the dog's back. She's just walking over there. Yeah, I'm just out here homeless, begging for money. If I was homeless begging for money, I probably wouldn't be standing here. I don't think this would be the best spot to do that. You'll give me a cheeseburger, a plant-based cheeseburger? Thank you. You think vegans that stand on the street and ask people? I just realized that's a Chevy Bolt. Is that the new one? The lights are different. It's different. This must be the new one. I like it. That's like one of my favorite cars. I'll show it to you. The EUVs. The wheels are just small. I wish the wheels were a little bit bigger. I like the black wheels though too. I don't really like them as much. I like the other one better, probably. The 2013. I had a 2013. I mean 2023. Duh, I can't talk. 2023. They're cool little cars. Very efficient. Whoa. So you think we shouldn't farm at all? Animals? I'm all for farming. I support farmers, just plant farmers. People that grow plants for humans. Why support a system that exploits animals or is inefficient and grows crops to feed animals for them to be exploited? That makes no sense. You'd rather support exploiting animals than support humans. It's not good for humans, it's not good for the animals, it's not good for anybody. Supporting inefficient systems that depend on exploitation. And a lot of the people that come into the comments and try to justify or call out how vegans are hypocritical, you use examples that vegans are against also, that you're against. Like, we're both against these things. And then you try to call that out, like, well, vegans don't care about this. Like pretending that you care about it, but you actually don't care about either thing. And you think that's a flex. Like, it just makes you look like an idiot. And you're wrong, because vegans normally care about all that too. We care about all sentient individuals, including humans. Like, nobody wants humans to be exploited either. We don't want animals to suffer. We don't want people to suffer. And one of the best ways to help out multiple things at once is just to live vegan. Be a little bit more mindful when it comes to what you're buying and where it comes from. The industries lie to you. They want you to be mindless consumers. They want you to stay ignorant so they can steal your money. It's all about money. Driving a car is anti-vegan. Well, you know what? I don't drive a car. So if you're trying to say me driving a car means that I'm a hypocrite, I don't even drive a car. But that's just because I live in town. I don't need one. I work from home. How y'all doing? Can I ask you a few questions? It's all right. Have a good day. I work from home. I have 5 grocery stores within like 3 miles of my house. I can go to other cities like Gettysburg by riding the bus. So I choose to not have a car. But not everybody can do that. If you have to travel for work, if you have to travel to get your groceries, to do other things, I just live by myself. I don't have children that I'm responsible for. So, if you got to take your kid places, you might have to have a car. But you try to do what you can, right? Whoa, what did I do? I tried to wipe off the oh, I put an effect on. It's weird. How do I turn this off? There we go. That was crazy. I just wiped off the water on my phone. Good thing I didn't end the stream. I'm only going to be here for like 15 more minutes. Maybe we could get one more quick conversation. But kind of like I expected, not too many people want to stand in the rain and talk to a random person on the street. At least some people were honest and they said that they have thought about it before. Some people took cards, took more information. Hopefully they look into it. But unfortunately, it seems like most people that take the cards don't look into it. But some do. Hopefully some of the people that refused to take the information but said that they were thinking about it will continue to think about it. Look into what? Go to the description of the video, click the dots, click see description, and there's a section for non-vegans that will show you things that if you want to learn more about veganism, what it actually means, why people come out here and do this, watch some of those documentaries, reflect on how you feel about animals, whether you think that we should respect animals, think about relationships that you've had with animals throughout your life. Do you have any companion animals? How do you feel about them? Do you think there's a little person inside those animals? Do you have a dog? Do you have a cat? Do you think there's a little person in there? It's the same for chickens. It's the same for pigs. It's the same for cows. They're all individuals. They don't want to suffer. They don't want to be exploited. They don't want to be killed. Just like me and you. We want to be happy. We want to be free. And you don't need to support the industries that depend on exploitation. You don't have to. They tell you that you need it. They tell you that you have to, but it's a lie so they can steal your money. If you found out you were supporting an industry or a company your whole life, you were giving them money every couple of weeks, you were giving them a lot of money, and then you found out that they were lying to you so that you give them money, would you keep giving them money? One of the most important things, one of the biggest influence that you have is with your money, where you spend your money. When everybody spends their money at the same places, it gives them more power so they can do what they're doing more and more and more. And these industries that exploit animals, they don't care about the animals. They don't care about you. All they care about is how they can get more of your money. It's a really messed up system. So the best thing you can do is stop giving them your money. And then the second best thing you can do is talk to other people about it. Talk to your friends and your family. Talk to people online. You don't have to come out here and stand out in the rain like I am. Unless you're comfortable doing that, then go do that too. What's up, Coops? We got over 50 likes. Maybe we can get to 55. There's a FedEx truck and a UPS truck over there at the same time. It's kind of funny. They're like the rivals. What did that comment say? You're just a nobody like the rest of us. Yeah, exactly. We're all nobodies. It's not about me. It's about all the animals that you pay for to be exploited. They're exploited directly for you if you're not vegan. You got to live with that yourself. Problem is, most people lie to themselves. You lie to yourself, you lie to other people, just to make yourself feel better. You shouldn't do that. That's not what good people do. Good people take accountability for their actions. They're honest with themselves, and when they realize they're being hypocritical, they try to do better. And that's all it's about. Gettysburg Municipal Authority. Talking on his phone while he was driving through the circle. Look, here's another one. But that person's not talking on their phone. I wonder if there's a number on the back. Aren't they supposed to be numbered? Oh, it's on the front there. That's number 14. I don't know what the other one was. Don't drive distracted either. I can't stand that. It's another big reason why I don't drive a car, because there's so many people on the road that aren't paying attention, don't know how to drive. Hey, look at that dog. A trucker dog. He's in that window. I don't know if you could see him or not. He's a cute dog. Look like Lassie. Yeah, the rain sucks. Never really stopped the whole time. What does the sign say? It says compassion or violence. And then I'm asking people if they think that we should respect animals, what's stopping you from going vegan? Why aren't you vegan? It's the same question that I have up here. I ask myself why I'm not vegan, and that's how I became vegan. I realized that I wish somebody talked to me about it sooner. Made me realize that I was being a hypocrite. And also just told me how easy it was to live vegan. It's super easy. You think it might be hard? You think that when people are telling you to live vegan, it's taking something away from you? But that's meat and animal products was never yours to take. It's not yours to give up. It's not yours. You're stealing it from animals. Stop stealing from animals. Go eat plants instead. I eat more food, different kinds of food, more meals now than I used to. I used to eat like the same 5 animals. I used to steal from the same 5 animals. Now I eat dozens of different plants that I've never really ate much before. I feel like I have more options now than I did before. So I'm trying to give you things. If you're not vegan, I'm trying to give you more options. The only hard part is when you go out to eat sometimes. A lot of places don't have many vegan options, but that's growing. There's more and more and more places that not only have vegan options, but in Gettysburg, there's 2 places that have vegan menus. You can get the vegan menu, and it's got like a dozen options. And then in other bigger cities, there's completely vegan restaurants, all plant-based options, completely exploitation free, 100% exploitation free. I want to talk to him one day. I don't think you could see him, but he works here at the tap room, the tap house, tap room. Yeah. All right. I think this is a wrap for today. Here at least. I'll still stream and talk. I can focus more on the comments, but I'm going to wrap up here. Let's see. Let's wrap this up. Of course, it's going to be a pain in the butt trying to get this back in. Almost to 55 likes. I can probably keep my microphone on. If you eat chickens, this is their life. Cage-free chickens. Exploited chickens. Some of them are so small they can't reach the water, can't reach the food, they just die. Some of them grow so fast they have problems with their legs, they can't walk, they just die. They're covered in poop and things like that, so they get burns on their bodies, lose all their feathers, and they die. They only live to be about 6 weeks old, and then they're killed. Yes, all things die, but they're not all things are killed. Not all things are exploited. Just because you're going to die someday, is it okay for somebody to come and kill you? I hope not. I hope you would say no to that. I think just because animals are going to die one day, it's okay to kill them. I hope not. You have a dog or a cat? Your dog or your cat's going to die someday. Is it okay if somebody just comes and kills them? Have you had a good life? That's what other people say sometimes. Well, they had a good life, so it's okay to kill them. Have you had a good life? You had a good life, so is it okay to kill you? What about your dog or your cat? See you, 40. Thanks for being here. 56 likes. We get to 60. Can we get up to 60 likes in the next 10 minutes? Sorry, I'm wrapping up my tripod. We're going to go for a short walk. Your dog got old, so you gave it to the Chinese lady down the street? I didn't leave anything, did I? How you doing? I feel like I talked to that guy before, maybe. Is this the electric Cadillac? I'm going to show you this. Look at that car. I don't know if I've ever seen one of these before. Yeah, the Lyric. That's an expensive ass car. I think it went by earlier when I just got here. I heard it. Very cool car. I've never been inside one. I think that's the first time I've seen one in person. I've seen videos about it. I love lamp. I keep Burger King in business. How much do you weigh? There goes the electric Volvo. I've seen a lot of electric cars today, more than I normally do. And of course, a bunch of Teslas. Clip that. What do you mean, clip what? No. God doesn't say to be God doesn't say to be vegan. I think you need to interpret your Bible a little bit better there, buddy. I think if you're not vegan, if you pay for animals to be abused and neglected and exploited, if you pay for somebody to stick their arm up a cow's butt to breed more cows, to play God with these animals, I think you're going against your religion. I think God would be disappointed in you. Just because your God gave permission to eat meat, it does not mean that he gave you permission to exploit and breed and abuse animals. These industries, they have to abuse animals. They have to neglect the animals, let them die, let them suffer. And you pay for that if you're not vegan. If you're giving your money to these industries, you're responsible for what's happening to those animals. Go watch Christspiracy. That's in the description. Go click on the description. Watch Christspiracy. See a message from a devout Christian who realized that your God wants you to be vegan. Doesn't matter which God you believe in. All gods preach compassion, non-violence. When you're eating animal products, when you're eating animal exploitation, you're paying for animal exploitation, you're directly choosing violence over compassion. You're going against your God. Almost got up to 60 likes. My gloves are wet now, I think. That's why my hands are so cold. You think you raising farm animals for food isn't violent? How so? Sure, you might give them a good life. You have a couple of animals and you take really good care of them. It's not violent at that point. But when you decide that you're going to kill them for an optional product, how is that not violent? When you send them to the slaughterhouse, how is what happens there not violent? Do you do it yourself? You cut their throats yourself? How is that not violent? Drain their blood out? You're just lying to yourself, man. This is one of my... I got a gray hair. I got a gray hair coming out of my head. Yeah, but you don't need to eat chickens, though. Get plant-based chicken. It's really good. I like the Daring brand. The Daring brand of plant-based chicken. They're a vegetarian company, though. They actually sell cheese. They sell different products with cheese in it. I just found that out last time I was at the grocery store. I went to a different grocery store and saw different products there. Plant-based chicken is not chemicals. You fall for the misinformation, dude. It's literally like less chemicals, less ingredients than an actual chicken body that you eat. They douse the chicken meat that you eat in chemicals. You really couldn't be more wrong about that. There's some plant-based chicken out there that's only like a few ingredients. It's just plants, not chemicals. No, it's not grown in a petri dish. It's not lab-grown meat. Lab-grown, like, Yikes, man. You guys really don't know what you're talking about. It's kind of funny. Chicken is not vegan. If you're eating chicken bodies, that's not living vegan. You're directly exploiting chickens. There's no ethical way to kill an animal for a product that you don't need. There's no difference. Whether you gave them a good life or you gave them a shitty life, when you're killing them for products that you don't need, some say that it's worse when you treat them good their whole life and then you betray their trust because they actually trust you. When you're torturing animals their whole life, then you're putting them out of their misery. Yeah, Liver King. Go get your morals from that fucking guy. That guy's a moron. I'll be right back in a minute. Don't go anywhere. I love to go deer hunting. Did you know there's actually a lot of deer farms? There's thousands of deer farms in the United States. And then people say there's an overpopulation problem. They're like, well, we'd be getting into more car accidents if we didn't go out and kill the deer. Most car accidents with deer are caused by hunters going out and shooting the deer and scaring them out of their area. So then they're running across the streets. When you go hunt deer, you're causing more accidents, not less. Stop farming deer. We wouldn't have an overpopulation problem. It's so stupid. Yeah, no products. I always try to do quotation marks. Products. Because that's what non-vegans are saying about animals. They're not your products, right? They're their own beings. It is just straight up exploitation. You're not giving up a product. You're just not stealing what's not yours. The logic here is funny. What's your logic, bro? Give me a reason why you exploit innocent animals. What's your justification for it? Where's your logic behind the stupid shit that you do? Go ahead and tell me. I'll wait. Because they don't matter. Are you the same person? Because they don't matter. What do you mean they don't matter? Don't matter to who? To the oppressor? That's not very logical, bro. I hope you don't actually feel like that. That's like kind of like what the Nazis said. Are you a Nazi? To the animals, you probably are. Hopefully you don't feel like that about certain people. Yeah, because of me, I do. Bro. You know that sounds fucking horrible, right? Train. This guy's not denying being a Nazi, everybody. That's kind of scary. People like you is what's wrong with the world. Unfortunately. Some people won't ever change. And when that happens, those people normally end up in prison. Stephelson. That's a cool name. Did I say that right? Stephelson? Thank you. I hope you have a great day too. Abortion. What's your opinion on abortion? If you're pro-life, why do you exploit and kill animals? Baby animals. All the animals are babies. Even the ones that are older than the other ones, they're like children. Why do you kill children like beings for optional products? I think that's a little hypocritical if you want to say that you're pro-life and you're not vegan. It makes no sense to me. I don't think we should be killing any babies. I also don't think we should be taking away rights from sentient women. Morally, yeah, people are equal to animals. We are animals, right? What's the difference? What's the morally significant difference between humans and animals, or children and animals? Morally, what's the difference? Use your words. Don't just say there's a difference. Come on now. Because I said there's a difference. You sound like a moron when you say that. Because they don't have a soul. That's funny. Alright, I'll be right back again. Don't go anywhere. We need 2 more likes to get to 60. Mm-hmm. Should animals have human rights? Animals should have animals' rights. They should have their own rights. I think that we should start giving driver's license to deer, because if they were in cars on the road instead of just running out on the road, you wouldn't be hitting deer, you'd be hitting their cars. So we'd have less accidents with deer. It would just be more car accidents. It's the kind of logic that people have against veganism. It makes no fucking sense. We need to arm the animals. We'll start giving guns out. We'll just give guns out to all the animals. Who was that guy? I was watching some older videos about what's his name? That guy that runs for president every year. That's like a little bit out there. He was like, if you vote for me, I will take your guns and give you better ones. I thought that was hilarious. Yes, give deer driver's license. Yep, and we should give guns to all the animals so they can protect themselves. I think if you taught a deer how to drive a car, they could probably drive better than some humans. Throw that out there too. And that I actually mean. Did you know that they taught some dogs how to fly an airplane? That's pretty crazy, huh? There's dogs out there that can fly airplanes. Probably better than some people. We're almost up to 60 likes. Dogs can drive cars now, see? Yeah, we're almost to that point where the cars just drive themselves. You could just put your dog in there, hit a button, and your car will just drive to wherever. Like, let's say your dog has to go to the vet. You just put him in the car, you hit a couple buttons, goes to the vet's office. They do what they need to do, put him back in the car, hit him home, and your dog drives back to your house. That would be funny. We're almost there. Some cars probably could do that. Yeah, like a Uber, but without a person. Like the Waymos. Waymos do that. You can order a Waymo now. Like, that's actually a thing. It's already here. What is that? I'm a bot. Yeah, you think I'm a bot? Yeah, it's probably on YouTube. You could probably watch it right now. Dog flying an airplane. Oh, yeah, you think Vegan Anthem is a bot? Yeah. That's what some people say. They just don't want to admit that what he's saying is right. It wasn't AI. You think it's AI? Yeah, it was an AI dog flying a plane. No, it was real dogs. Real dogs taught how to fly a plane with positive reinforcement only. They didn't choke the dogs or anything like that either. It wasn't all of them though. They tried to do it with 20 dogs, and I think it was about 5 of them. I think it was 5 out of 20 dogs they actually got to be able to fly the plane, which is a lot. If you ask me. Yeah, all the non-vegans that come in here sound like bots. But plants feel. But God told me I could do it. What about all the crop deaths, though? Vegans are such hypocrites. You guys say the same stupid excuses over and over again. What about the clothes you're wearing? What about your phone? What about driving a car? But it tastes yummy. Plants do feel. Like, look. It's literally the same dumb shit. Love me some baked tofu. I'm gonna go home and eat some tofu right now. The circle of life, though, the natural order of things. You think that breeding all these animals into existence so that we can exploit them and steal from them, you think that's the natural order of things? What if that was happening to humans? Like it was in the past. We realize that's wrong and we do better. It's natural to fight each other and to kill each other. But we realize that that's wrong and we shouldn't do that. So we make laws against doing that. Right? You don't want to be a predator. Why do people say that they want to be predators? When it comes to an animal, I'm a predator. When it comes to a child, though, you would never want to call yourself a predator. What's the difference between a child and an animal? Morally, what is the difference? Mass farming is the real problem. Okay, so if there weren't mass farms, if there weren't factory farms, do you realize how expensive it would be to produce animal products? You realize how much land it would take, how much resources it would take to produce exploitation? You would not be able to get the things that you steal from animals without factory farming. You would not be able to afford it unless you're extremely privileged. It would take all of our resources that we have. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. The apex predator. Right, Steve? Steve thinks he's the apex predator. Steve, do you get your pork chops from a gas chamber? You take happy poops? You can send me a happy poop gift. Send me a happy poop gift if you take happy poops. Sure, some people still break the law, but most people don't. But if there's no laws in place for things that we know is wrong, people would do it more, right? That doesn't make it okay. I don't eat what your food eats. Your exploited animals eat their own food. They should have their own food. I have other food. It's not the same food. Leave animals alone. Yeah, I hope I'm never reincarnated as an animal. Think about the worst thing that's happened to you in your life. something worse is probably happening to an animal right now, and you might be paying for it. And they know what's happening to them. In the moment, they know. They might not be able to anticipate it, but when it's about to happen, they know. In the moment, they know. Even fish, even chickens. Small farms don't make decisions in the best interest of the animals. They're still exploited animals. Sanctuaries save animals from being exploited and make decisions in the animal's best interest. That's the difference between a sanctuary and a farm. I don't have any pets that eat meat. Like, if you had a snake, I don't think we should own snakes and feed them mice. Mice are amazing creatures. Mice are individuals. I rescued 2 mice that I found on the side of the road. They were amazing. They're a huge reason why I'm vegan, because I realized how they were, how much of an individual they were, and I learned how to be more compassionate towards the tiniest little creatures. And it's pretty sad that people buy snakes and then kill mice to feed their snakes. It's pretty hard. I think a mouse was in my cat's room the other day. I found a mouse poop in there, which is crazy to me. A bunch of the stuff was all moved around. I think the cat was chasing the mouse around the room. I don't think he ate it, though. He might have. I mean, it's on the mouse, though. Now, the mouse shouldn't be in there. I've tried to plug in all the holes in my house. I don't know where the mice keep getting in, but every once in a while I'll catch a mouse in my house. But I've never seen one in that room before. Hopefully I can catch him and take him, release him somewhere else, and hopefully my cat doesn't catch him, but if it happens, it happens. Yeah, I understand an owl's going to go eat a mouse. I'm not going to go out of my way to stop owls from eating. They can't go to a grocery store and buy plants instead. So it has nothing to do with veganism. What wild animals do to other animals has nothing to do with veganism. That's more of like a reducing suffering kind of thing, which we should still do in certain instances, but that's not what veganism means. It's about humans exploiting animals. It's about what you do and how you can take accountability. How you feel about giving money to industries that lie to you to exploit animals. Plants have feelings. Come on. We just talked about this. Are you a bot? Bluegrass music. You're a bot, aren't you? Pests. I think humans are pests. Why do you give animals that label of pest? What makes an animal a pest? Huh? I think some humans are the worst. Some humans are the worst animal. Literally the worst animal. We should know better. You have a brain. Use your brain. We're supposed to be smarter than a lot of other animals. But some people just don't know how to use the brain. And they make decisions based on their feelings, and that's what gets people in trouble all the time. Let your feelings give you an open mind about different things. Like, your feelings can sway you one way or another, but you have to be able to back things up with logic and reasoning. I love riding the bus. I have an awesome bus driver. I'm the only person on the bus. See, there's nobody else here. It's like my own personal driver. It's great. It's great, and it's cheap. It cost me $1.50. Otherwise, it would be $30. It's $30 to take an Uber, or it's $1.50 to take the bus. Yes, it is the short bus. I am on the short bus right now. Make all the jokes you want. There's only like 12 seats on this bus, but I get all of them right now. No, this conversation is based off of science and logic. It's not based off of feelings. You can feel one way or another, but what is your reason behind how you feel and the decisions you make? Yeah, well, you're not the audience that I'm trying to talk to. You seem like a psycho. You should go talk to your therapist about it. If I wasn't the only one on the bus. No, some people that ride the bus I've actually talked to before. The guy was on this morning. He was like, "You're not streaming?" I was like, "No, I'm going to get to Gettysburg first." But he's normally likes to listen. James Dolan. I feel I represent a bad part of society. Well, if you feel bad about it, which I did too, then you should want to try to do better, right? Figure out how you can change. It's not that easy. Check out there's resources up in the description. Click on that and then click on see description and watch some of those documentaries. Sign up one of the challenges. 10weeks.org. Somebody put this in the comments. They just redid their website. 10weeks.org. Check out that resource. They'll help you live vegan for 10 weeks so you can figure out how easy it is, and then after that you can just do it on your own. I wish I signed up for something like when I decided I was going to live vegan. You have to make a commitment to the animals that you're not going to pay for their exploitation anymore. Sign up for weeks.org, and they give you more information, recipes. They help you longer than all the other challenges, so go check it out. Some of their literature that I've passed out has literally changed people's lives. Very good stuff. I really like that vegan outreach is the organization. It's called Vegan Outreach, 10weeks.org. Thank you, Jason. What's up, Axel? Axel was the first one in the stream today. You still don't understand the concept of avoiding exploitation. What? Do you have a question there? Like, what do you mean? How do you get calcium? Lots of leafy greens. I use chia seeds, tofu. Tofu has calcium in it. Chia seeds have a lot. There's plant-based milks that are fortified with calcium also. Yeah, some beans, some nuts. Oh, dried figs. I didn't know dried figs have calcium. Your body produces collagen, but there's vegan collagen that you can get also if you want to supplement. No, I don't remember the last time I went to McDonald's. They don't have plant burgers around here at McDonald's as far as I know. If I want a cheeseburger, I make it myself because I can get the stuff that I need or want. The Boca burgers are okay. They're not too bad. You have to get the vegan ones because they have vegetarian ones also. And I bought them one time. I didn't realize it till I got home that I got the original ones that have milk in them. So I just come back, swapped it out for the vegan ones. But I'm more comfortable buying from companies that I know are vegan companies, not vegetarian or companies that are owned by other big meat corporations and exploitation companies. Like here's Plainville Farms. This is the warehouse. All the turkeys from the slaughterhouse, they end up here. They store them in the warehouse there before they send them off to the store. Is the omega tofu okay? I don't know. Not sure what you mean there. Omega tofu. You can supplement calcium. Get a calcium supplement. I think it's from algae oil. There's really good vegan calcium supplements. Do not get the limestone ones. They literally take limestone and crush it up, and you get cheap. If you get cheap calcium supplements, I went through this with my mom because she has a calcium deficiency also, and she eats a lot of animals and a lot of cheese, drinks milk, and she still has a calcium deficiency. But she won't listen to me about it. She gets the cheap calcium supplements that are made from crushed up limestone rocks that does not go into your bones where you need it. And you want to get, it's a little more expensive, but it's worth it if you have the deficiency. Get the vegan calcium. It's from algae. Red algae? It's from red algae? I think maybe. It was a while ago when I did all this research. But that will actually help strengthen your bones from like the inside of your bones. So it strengthens the outside and the inside. So that's what you really want. Yeah, if you're still having an issue, just stop drinking milk because that's not good for you. Maybe you're getting better calcium, but you're You're getting a lot of the things that you don't need. So just drop the milk and get those vegan calcium supplements made from algae. Do you even have a job? Oh, what did Marcus say earlier? Do you think it's not worth speaking up for the animals? Do you think it's not a job to reject the exploitation and speak up for giving a voice to the voiceless animals? They do everything they can to tell us to leave them alone, stop exploiting them, and we refuse to listen to them. Yeah, Challenge 22, that's just like 10weeks.org. That's another good one. Good challenge. They'll help you longer than 22 days. Everybody go to Axel's stream later. Go to his channel and subscribe now. Check out his stream later, walking with his dog friend, his adopted sister, Sugar. Outreach was okay. There was a few quick conversations. Nobody wanted to stand and talk in the rain, but I was able to pass out a few cards. Hopefully they'll look into it. Talked to a few other people that didn't want cards, but hopefully it gets them thinking a little bit more. Crop deaths, of course. Of course, the crop deaths again. Everybody you just keep coming in here saying the same things that people said earlier. Yeah, and vitamin D2. You also want to take, well, not D2. You want to take vitamin D also. Take calcium supplements and vitamin D supplements. Get the vegan ones. Hope I'm not too far behind in the comments here. No, I'm caught up. Yeah, Frumpy, Grumpy, you're in the right place. I like your cat. I didn't notice that was a picture of a kitty. What a cutie. Mall vegans? Mall vegans? That's funny. Trying to come in with a insult, if you want to consider that an insult. I think you're more just projecting, but you can't even type. And then this person, I know most people probably can't see these comments, but that's funny. I think I'm more of a man than you are, buddy. I'd just say that. Scotty Biscotti. Oh. What a cutie. Had a cat that looked similar. My little buddy. His name was Pickles, and he just passed away. It's a little over a year ago now. But he was a big reason. He was probably the biggest reason why I'm vegan now, because I realized how much of an individual he was and how much of a hypocrite I was being, paying for other animals to be extended. Will exploit the vulnerable and innocent. Ooh, Axel's doing a water fast. Who else? The Crayspiracy guys are doing a water fast right now. I don't know if it was both of them or just one of them. I forget which one. I don't want to say the wrong guy. But they're doing what is he doing, a week or something like that, which is a long time. Make sure you take your electrolytes. Frumpy Grumpy, there is plant-based cat and dog food you can get. You might want to supplement a couple of other things as well, because some of the nutrients in the vegan plant-based companion animal foods, they just barely meet the minimum requirements. So find out what food you're getting, what the exact levels are, and if it doesn't say, I would assume that it's probably on the lower end near the requirements, and maybe get some. If it's a cat, get some taurine and some lysine. For dogs, there's a couple of other things you might want to get as well, so that make sure they don't have any deficiencies. If they do, start supplementing other things for that. But yeah, evolution is one. What kind of companions do you have now? David Martinez, what are you doing? Your body is just like a plant. That's a funny comment. Nobody's timing you out just to win an argument. You're getting timed out because you're saying stupid shit. Right, Ian. What's up, Wes? Thanks. Camp life. That's cool. Oh, feral cats, I mean, you're not going to be able to control everything that a feral cat eats. You can't control their life. They're going to do what they're going to do. But if you do feed them, the food that you feed them, you can make sure that you're not paying for animals to be exploited for that food. That's the best you can do. I get Nature's Hug cat food. I think they also have dog food, but I get dog food. But Nature's Hug cat food is one of the cheaper cat foods that's plant-based that I could find. They make, I think they use precision fermentation, and they make like a protein that mimics chicken. No more hiding, I'll be shining like I'm born to be. I appreciate it. Are you vegan? Are you learning about it? But if you're here watching the video, drop some comments down. I appreciate everybody that's commenting. It's not a diet. Curtis in the Woods, it's not a diet. It means stop exploiting animals. It's not a diet. It's not about my perspective or your perspective. It's from the perspective of your victims. Leave animals alone. Go forage for mushrooms and find other plants in the forest. Don't go out there and kill animals. Take a camera, shoot pictures. Don't shoot bullets of innocent sentient beings. Vegan because consent is important. Thank you, Jason. I like that. What's up, Ben? Yes, to derive benefit from in your interest and not in your victim's interest means to use them unfairly. You came here to stir shit up and then you got interested. I appreciate it. A diet is just a part of living vegan. What you eat shouldn't come from another sentient individual. They're not giving you their meat to eat them. They're not giving you their milk or their eggs. It's stolen from them. Stop stealing things from animals. It's not yours to take from them. You have other alternatives, and it's super easy. The hardest part about living vegan was finding other things to eat in the grocery store. Labels. Make sure you're not getting things that are tested on animals. Make sure you're not buying things that are made from animals to wear them. But when it came to food, they sneak milk in so many different products that you wouldn't really think has milk in it, but it does. There's a lot of stuff that's vegan or not made from exploitation that isn't labeled vegan. So sometimes you have to look at the back and read the ingredients. Mainly you can just look at the allergens. It doesn't have, if it has eggs or milk in it, it'll have it in that spot. There are some other like additives and things like that do come from animals, but if you're buying food that has like less ingredients, like whole foods, then it's pretty easy to tell if it has any animal products in it or not. But I spent hours at my grocery store finding all these products that I really liked that were all vegan, and as soon as I did that, they rearranged the whole grocery store, so then I had to go in and do it all over again. That was a pain in the ass. But now there's new stuff. Every time I go to the grocery store, there's new plant-based options, like every single time. They rarely take them away. Like there was one time where I went in and they took out a couple of plant-based products, but every time I go in there, there's new plant-based products. So it's really cool. I like seeing that. Yeah, vegan to live vegan, it means to not exploit animals. Don't support exploiting animals, which means that you don't eat animals. You don't eat anything that comes from an animal, because animals are exploited for those things. There's things are stolen from them, like I was saying. Just like their skin. You don't want to wear their skin. You don't want to wear their fur. It's disrespectful to those animals. Don't buy products that are tested on animals. A lot of like shampoo, like bath and beauty products. There's vegan makeup companies. If you wear makeup, get vegan makeup. It just means that you don't view animals as products or as objects. Animals are not things. Animals should be considered people. They're individuals. They're their own person. Just like if you have a dog or a cat that's your companion that you spend a lot of time with, you realize that there's like a little person in there. It's the same thing with all the other sentient animals. They're all their own individual, and they care about their own lives, and they care about their friends, and they care about their family. I think some dogs are better than some humans. I don't know. I hope you would agree with that. I care more about my dog than I care about you, random people on Facebook. That doesn't mean that I would want you to be exploited. I still care about you enough. Can we get one more like to get up to 65? Or maybe we're at 65. Can we get one more like? I'm gonna end my stream soon. Got a couple more minutes if you want to throw in some happy poops, throw in some gifts, ask any final questions before I end my stream in a few minutes. Gonna go home and make some tofu. I think I got more tofu. I'm running out of food though. I gotta go to the grocery store. Probably do that. The rain stopped. It was supposed to stop around noon. Axel's gonna be streaming. Everybody go from my channel. Go click on Axel. Maybe somebody can drop Axel's channel in the comments here before I end my stream. Everybody go to Axel's channel. Subscribe. Curtis in the Woods has no idea what veganism is. We've literally talked about the same exact thing earlier. All you non-vegans are bots. Animals eat animals. Crop deaths though. Bible though. Circle of life though. Crazy. I look like Pythagoras. That's cool. Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. Alright, everybody go to Axel's channel right now. I'm ending my stream, so everybody click on that link. If you can't click on the link, then search his name there. You can copy paste it, maybe another window. Thanks for being here, everybody. We got up to 65 likes. Peace. I'll see you guys later.